Hi, I'm Nico, an Irish chef with Jamaican roots, and my passion for food and love for flavour combinations has brought me all over the world. Always nice to put a bit of rhythm into your coleslaw. And I want to share these flavours, tips and discoveries with you. From beautiful breakfasts to mouth-watering lunches to dinners, even delicious desserts, everything tastes better when you cook it over fire. You've never had a burger like it. Let me show you how to up your grilling game so you can barbecue like a pro, whatever the weather. Let's get fired up. Hiya, Granny. What time is your flight? Okay, perfect. Can't wait to see you. My grandmother is my food hero, and I learned everything about intuitive cooking from watching her in her kitchen. And now it's my turn to cook for her, so no pressure. My grandmother's cooking and flavour combinations inspired who I am as a chef and influenced a lot of the dishes in my restaurant, Little Porty. I love to combine those flavours with the best of Irish ingredients to create something new, and that's how I'll be cooking for her today. To start, I'll be giving classic Irish ingredients a Caribbean twist: grilled prawns, mango and black pudding, and then chicken thighs in a Caribbean curry sauce inspired by my grandmother's recipe. And for dessert, grilled summery peaches with thyme, honey and mascarpone cream. Granny's coming, so let's light it up. I remember when I was a kid, my grandmother always used to come home from Jamaica with a suitcase full of mangoes. Today, I'm going to use it to make a sweet and spicy relish to go perfect with this dish. First things first, a little layer of oil. Just enough to cover the base of the pan, and just a pinch of mustard seed. And if you don't have a cast iron, you can do this on a pan on your hob inside. And just for the base of our relish, about a tablespoon of sugar. I'm just going to let that melt down until we get a beautiful amber colour. Now we're going to move on to our mango. The stone is right down the centre, so cut either side of the root. Now, quick tip to peel your mango. Get a glass tumbler, or a wine glass will do, and just almost scoop it out. Glass full of mango. I'm just going to chop this up. And add it to our mustard seed. It almost smells like mango candy floss. Now that takes care of the sweet part. Now we're going to move on to our heat in the form of chili and ginger. I'm using a red chili here. For less heat, just remove the seeds. But Granny and I like them spicy, so I'm leaving them in. Now I'm going to use about a thumb-sized piece of ginger. Peel with a spoon. Now we want these as small as you can get them. Put these straight in. The mango, the chili, the ginger, these are all the flavours I grew up watching my grandmother cook with. And just to help bind our relish together, I'm just going to use half an onion. As fine as you can get it so it disintegrates into the relish. And we just need a pinch of salt and pepper. Finally, slice your garlic. Just leave all those flavours to combine for about 10-15 minutes. Now our next ingredient is black pudding. Now I know what you're thinking, black pudding and mango, strange combination, but trust me when I say it works. Now I've got nice thick slices so they don't fall through the grill. Now I'm just going to put these guys on the line where the indirect and the direct heat meet. We want to cook them through, but we want them to get crumbly, almost crispy at the end. Now this is my favourite way to cook. It's using fresh Irish ingredients with a Caribbean twist. And now onto our fresh prawns. I'm just going to give them a bit of salt, a bit of pepper, and some oil. And 2 skewers so they're easy to maneuver around the grill. And if you're using wooden skewers, just soak them in a bit of water so they don't burn. Nothing like a grilled prawn. Good. Now, these prawns are gonna cook in no time at all. 2-3 minutes, just enough time to wash my hands. Your prawns are cooked when they turn from translucent to a nice pink all over. These guys look ready to turn. The perfect vessel for our grilled prawns, mango and crumbly black pudding is 2 big slices of sourdough toast. Ah, look at that. A little knob of our butter just on top. Let that melt for a second and spread it over our nice bread. You take them off the heat. This is such a great summer starter. We have our sweet, spicy relish. Our gorgeous black pudding. I'm just gonna crumble that over the top and topped off with our lovely prawns. Best of Irish ingredients with a Caribbean twist. Same, but different. Just a little taste to see if it's good enough for Granny. Amazing. Mango, prawns, and pudding. If you don't believe me, try it yourself. Granny's gonna love this. And the guest of honor is here, Granny.
The food I like to cook is West Indian food because I'm a Jamaican and I grew up with an aunt that always cooked. So, you know, it stems from that. Hello, Nicholas. When his mother died, I gave up my job. I used to be a nurse, so I could be there for him. He's always watched me when I'm cooking and always asks questions what things are. He always tried to taste it to see if he liked it.
I've got a favor to ask. You know how much I love your hot sauce, and every single time I try to make it, it never turns out as good as yours. Could you show me how to make it?
Of course.
Let's do it together then.
Yes, we'll start with gloves because when you do chili, if you don't put gloves on, it will tell on your fingers, your hands.
And you learn a swift lesson when you poke yourself in the eye.
So we start with the
So, a little bit of the garlic?
garlic, yes.
Okay.
We do the onions.
Yeah? How many onions do you have?
2.
2. What's next?
Next is the
Pepper.
yes.
And you throw the seeds in, don't you, as well?
I leave everything in.
It was your aunt that taught you this recipe, wasn't it?
Yeah, she likes hot sauce. She did. I mean, she died when she was 105, so she done very well, didn't she?
There's something in the sauce.
Maybe. I've got 4 chilies here.
4?
Yes. You can't have too many Scotch bonnet. The more you have is the better.
Scotch bonnet is the ideal chili for this sauce, but if you can't find it, tons of your favourite red chili will do.
Why didn't you have gloves on?
Because I don't learn any lessons.
Okay, well,
I think I might have been 7 years old, and I gave a hot sauce to a friend. I didn't tell him it was that hot, and I poured it on the food,
yes.
and he took a big bite of it.
Yes.
My uncle had a can of beer in his hand,
Yes.
and he just grabbed it and started to pour it into his mouth.
I remember.
And his mother walked in and just saw my uncle like pouring beer into the mouth of a 7-year-old, and I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, the power of the sauce. So you're doing the garlic and the onion first?
Yes.
Yeah? And a bit of vinegar?
Yes.
I pour this hot sauce onto every meal, but it's especially good mixed into curries, meat marinades, and even stirred into scrambled eggs. Now it's the peppers, is it?
Yes. Seeds and all.
Seeds and all.
Bit more vinegar.
Yeah, mine's like a smoothie already.
And then the chilies.
Yeah?
The Scotch bonnets. The more, the merrier.
This is it. I'm watching everything Granny does. I don't know why. I can never make it like hers. There's 3 tablespoons of mustard.
Yes. Well, I hope it's going to be all right this time.
Oh, me too. Because it's already looking different. Let's have a look.
turmeric. I just,
You go first.
that's enough.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's one thing I've been doing wrong then. Look at that.
It does look different. What have you done wrong?
I don't know. This happens every time.
Well, taste it and see.
All right. Yeah, yours is better.
How? Why?
I don't know, because I don't know.
Tastes okay.
Just okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know why yours tastes better than mine, but at least I have some to make the curry. Tell you what, you go put your feet up and I'll come get you for dinner. Thank you.
Okay. Keep trying.
Yeah.
Keep trying.
That's all I can do.
I'm looking forward to the dinner that Nicholas is preparing, and I'm sure I'll enjoy it.
So there you have it. Even though I was right beside her, I still cannot get it to taste like hers. At least we have some for dinner. Whenever I arrived at my grandmother's house, there was always something delicious cooking on the stove, and she always seemed ready to feed passers-by or anyone that came to the house. Her chicken curry, plantain, and coleslaw was legendary. Now, I think it's quite hard to improve on something so perfect, but I'm going to try to do the next best thing and cook it over charcoal. First, we're going to make our sauce. Got some allspice. Going to use a teaspoon, 3 teaspoons of curry powder, and a teaspoon of cinnamon. Oh. Now, I'm just going to put this cast iron on the grill. Of course, you can use your hob at home, but anything you can cook inside, you can cook outside, just better. I'm going to give this garlic a nice crush and a rough mincing. I'm going to use about a thumb-sized piece of ginger. Dice this ginger up. And a nice chilli. And if you want your curry a bit milder, just take out the seeds. You might want to give your hands a wash when touching chilies like this. And trust me when I say, don't touch your eye. And get some coriander stalk. Sometimes people throw it away, but it adds another layer of freshness to the base of your sauce. Now, just like your hob at home, you can turn up the gas. You can do the same with your charcoal. If you need a bit of heat, just move the charcoal to where you need it. I'm gonna try hold my hand here for about 5 seconds, and that for me is the perfect medium heat. That's where our cast iron's gonna go. Into that, I'm just gonna add some olive oil. Just enough to cover the base of the pan. And to flavor our oil, some bay leaves. Lovely. Now, if your pot gets too hot, all you gotta do is just move it away from the charcoal. Try find that sweet spot. Now, little trick for you. A good way to see if your oil is hot enough, throw in 1 piece of your garlic, chili, or ginger. See if it starts to bubble. That looks like a good cooking temperature. So I'm gonna add our aromatics. Now, at this point, what we're trying to do is flavor the oil. We've got our beautiful ginger, we've got the garlic, we've got the bay leaves, and we've got our coriander stem. It's just gonna add a magnificent layer of depth to our curry. Now, I'm just gonna let this cook for about 2 minutes, just to soften it down. And I'm gonna add 1 whole onion. Now, if it starts to cool down, don't be afraid to move it around. Back on the heat, keep moving it around until you can hear that sizzle. I'm just gonna go in with a bit of lime zest, give it that citrusy flavor. Now time for my favorite ingredient, knob of butter, some salt and pepper. Now here is my trick with this curry. Just before your butter has started to melt fully, this is when you're going to add your spice mix. I like to do this so the spice mixes with the fat and gets to every single spoonful. And now for the secret weapon, my grandmother's hot sauce. Now, if like me, you can't perfect the recipe, just use your favorite hot sauce. This just takes me back to entering my granny's front door, where you're just hit with a stampede of flavors, fragrances, and aromas. It just makes me feel like I'm 9 years old again. To combine all those beautiful flavors, I'm using a full can of coconut milk. All right, that's starting to smell amazing. Now I'm just gonna leave it simmer for about 30 minutes while I start my plantain. Now, a lot of the ingredients I'm using you can find in your local supermarket, but there are some ingredients it's so worth going out of your way to find. These are plantain, and they look like bananas, but they're more similar to a potato. If you can't find them, you can use the sweet potato. So I'm just gonna cut a line down the center so the heat penetrates. I'm just gonna leave them directly on the coals. Now, for our chicken, I'm not gonna do too much to it. I'm just gonna give it a little bit of salt and a drizzle of olive oil. It's just so it doesn't stick to the grill. I like to use 2 skewers, and it's so much easier to hold, manage, and move around the grill. Ready to go. Now I'm gonna put these chicken thighs directly on the coals. Now you're gonna have to pay attention when you put anything directly on the coals, because it can get quite hot and singe your food. But don't be afraid to move it around. We're just trying to get that beautiful barbecue char. I'm just gonna give my hands a quick wash. Now, I'm gonna check on our chicken. Give it a little turn. Add a little pinch of our beautiful spice mix. My last meal on earth is gonna be a plantain. It's just so versatile. Fry it, mash it, boil it, put it on the barbecue. You can do anything with it. Now, our chicken, beautifully crispy. Our sauce has just thickened slightly. And our plantains are nice and squidgy. We'll leave that for a second and move on to our coleslaw. Really, really simple ingredients. Always roll your lime, get all the juice out. I always like to season my liquid first. A little pinch of salt, dash of pepper. I'm gonna go in with our spring onions. Nice and fine. With the intensity of the curry, just that little bit of heat in the background, it's a perfect little side to cool down your mouth. Let's go in our carrot, straight into the bowl. Always a little bit of rhythm in the kitchen. And now for our cabbage. It gets the same treatment as the carrot. Now to bind it all together, 3 big dolloping spoons of mayonnaise. Just a simple coleslaw. Now, time to serve. Some lovely naan bread. Coleslaw is looking nice and fresh. And our curry has become nice and thick. And our crispy grilled chicken. Always like to waken it up with a bit of lime juice and some fresh coriander. And of course, our grilled plantains. Just to finish off, a little bit of salt and some pepper. I mean, it looks good to me, but does it stand up to Granny's? Let her be the judge of that. Looks all right, doesn't it?
That looks lovely. I hope it tastes good.
Well, there's one way to find out. Have a little bite.
Very nice. I didn't know you could cook so well, Nicholas. You surprised me. I don't think he's stealing my recipe. He's just carry on with the tradition. He always enjoys my cooking, and I'm pleased about that.
I cook everything over the barbecue, and dessert is no exception. Grilled fruit takes on a beautiful sweet and smoky flavor with a caramelized texture, and grilled peaches are just the taste of summer. And served with the thyme and honey mascarpone cream, absolutely divine. First things first, I'm gonna de-stone our peaches. Now, when I'm putting fruit on the barbecue, I like to keep it nice and whole so it doesn't fall through the grate. One for me and one for Granny. Now, I'm just gonna give our peaches a tiny bit of a neutral oil. Sunflower vegetable is perfect, so it doesn't stick to the grill. Now, these guys can go directly over the hot coals. Get a nice little char on them. Now to toast my almonds. If you don't have a cast iron, you can do this with a regular pan on a hob. Now, it doesn't take long for these lovely griddle lines to form on the peaches. And just give it a little check to make sure they're not burning. Now, I haven't put any sugar on this or anything, but you can just start to smell the natural sugars caramelize. While they're toasting and cooking away, I'm going to start on our mascarpone cream. I'm using mascarpone, an Italian cream cheese, and it's much milder than that cream cheese we use in cheesecakes. And to that, I'm going to add some chopped thyme. I know thyme in dessert sounds a bit out there, but trust me, it's just going to give it a beautiful herbaceous flavour. And some vanilla extract. Some honey. The zest of a lime. And the juice. Lovely. Just give that a little mix together. The lime, the thyme, the honey, these are all great flavors for a summer dessert. Let's check on our peaches. Especially with fruit, don't be afraid if it looks like it's burnt. That's just the sugar caramelizing. It's totally natural. Granny, you hungry? These are almost done. Get our beautiful honey, thyme, mascarpone cream at the bottom. Nice big dollop. Just spread it around the plate. Get every last little bit. I'm just going to chop our peaches into little segments. Oh. Put them around our plate. Beautiful. Magic. And just for texture, I'm going to add some ginger snap biscuits. I'm just going to break them around the cream. Granny loves a ginger snap. Sure, don't we all? I'm just going to give this a shaving of some white chocolate. And finally, our toasted nuts. Just give them a rough chop and sprinkle over our summery, peachy, creamy dessert. A bit more fresh thyme. And that right there is summer in a bowl. Granny, let's do this.
It looks lovely. Very nice. When somebody enjoys something, you can tell when they're eating it, they just go at it, yes, and finish it quickly.
I'll take that as a stamp of approval. Don't wait for the sun to shine. Get outside and grill for your granny. I'll see you next time.